Okay, hello and welcome. This is a informational video for Total War Rome 2. Basically on Rally Point 21 today, they introduced us with the Emperor Edition, which is going to be, if you've already got the game, it's basically just an update for what you've already got. If you haven't bought the game already, you can get this. I think it's probably the same price as what the game is now anyways, or maybe a little bit cheaper. So if you bought the game now, before this thing updates, you could probably get it for like £5–10 cheaper. So get the older version, and then obviously once this is released, it will update automatically for you. So you might be able to save some money on it. But basically, what it includes is all the 3LC which has been released before. It should be released roughly in September. I don't know the precise date yet. I don't think they've given it. It's also a new campaign which is based on the second Triumvirate War, which is basically you got when Gaius Julius Caesar was attacking Pompeii, there was that civil war. It's the one afterwards. You got Augustus or / Octavian, which is Julius Caesar's son. Well, not legitimate son, but basically he adopted him and made him the next Caesar, or the next one in command. Mark Antony was one of Caesar's generals, but this is after obviously Caesar and that he's been stabbed, he's been killed, and that bollocks. And this is basically the civil war further on in the future, obviously, but by like 20–30 years. It's between Octavian, Mark Antony, and Lepidus. So you can play as any of them three factions for the Romans, and you can play as non-Roman factions as well, which include Armenia, which is I read an article, so that's one that we know of. So obviously there'll be new units, blah blah blah, that shit. New visuals, a new politics system, which they, really go into depth about. There's going to be new building chains. There's going to be balancing changes as well. So if you're not a campaign guy, you're more of a custom battle or multiplayer guy, they're obviously tweaking things for units and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. As you can see, this is Rally Point video in the background now. So if you haven't seen it, I'll leave it in the link below. But obviously, I'm just going to talk about what they have mentioned and what I've read elsewhere. Civil wars are now changed. They're no longer unavoidable. So basically, before you could probably try and get away with it if you pay people off or stop rumours or assassinate people and stuff like that. There could be multiple civil wars within one campaign, and it's not going to be like divvy like it was before. Like say for instance, when the civil war occurs, your capital, there's going to be like 12 new full army stacks pop up around there, and that's where the rebellion is, the rebels, etc. It said this time round, from what they're saying, and this is the gist I'm getting, is that the separate generals, agents, and governors, which I think is a new thing as well, which are adding in, obviously can convert over to the opposite side and kill you off. The guy in the background here, he goes into obviously more in depth, and he basically says the best thing to do is kind of get a general in each of the families, which I assume there might be three, because hence Mark Antony, Octavian, and Lepidus, and it goes back to the kind of the Rome 1 days of, well, even in this one as well, Rome 2, but more Rome 1, because they haven't really got a politics system as such in this one, but now they will. Like the Julii, Brutii, and I can't remember the other one, but it goes in that kind of that sense. It's also all based on political influence. You can get low, medium, high. Further on into the campaign, it's going to cost you more to do political actions, but it makes sense because you're making more money at that point anyways. Your general skills, so the stuff you obviously level up, I don't know, like better infantry, all the stuff you get, all the perks for generals, but when you do level up for them, you can do stuff which can help you with political influence. And the higher your Imperium goes up, obviously the more you expand, which in general at the moment is you get more armies, you go from 8 to 10, 10 to 12, blah blah blah. Obviously more political influence you get, but I think that obviously goes against you, so there could be more of a chance of a civil war. I think I've outlined most things. Oh yeah, and there's going to be a beta for it as well. Depending when it is in September, I'm away next week. I come back on the 9th. If it's not in that time, I'm going to try and get into the beta and obviously record it and show you guys what it is before you guys can play it properly. But same as well, if I get any information about the beta, how you sign up for it, etc., I will tell you guys, and obviously you guys can join in as well. But it's all free, so if you've got the game already, you know, you can't complain. You get an extra campaign out of it. It's just going to update your computer. Simple, just like a normal patch would be. So easy as pie. And if you haven't got the game already, I'd highly recommend you buying it. Like, it's a year on from the release. Obviously the release was pretty shoddy, to be perfectly honest. Like, I remember the days, like the first month of it coming out, where it used to take me 15 minutes for one turn. It'd take me about 3-4 minutes to do the turn, like move people about, and it'd be laggy as hell, like really, really slow. And then, I don't know if anyone else remembers this shit, or they hadn't sorted out any of the graphics, so even if you had a top-end computer, some people used to get it really slow, like same with me, and it will do the faction, when it rolls through the factions at the top, you see it go like each one, and at that point they didn't even cut down the factions. You had to go through every single faction on the fucking game, and it used to take 30 seconds per faction. So imagine doing that. Like, anyways, moral of the story is obviously now they're on patch 14. It has been heavily patched, this game, but if you're new to the series, you don't get any of that bullshit. Everything runs smoothly. You get all the free LC factions, so you get more than what we got when we first started playing the game. You get all the benefits. You can spend hundreds of hours in this game with the free LC or the base vanilla game. You got mods, which I have on my channel, which will show you can play other things. You can buy a DLC, which would be Caesar Gaul, Hannibal at the Gates, which obviously gives you more factions you can play as, more hours. So it's needless to say, if you like these type of games, you like strategy games, buy it. It is worth every single penny. And another thing as well, a bit off topic from Total War, but if anyone you're watching this, if you do like strategy games, at the moment on Steam, Age of Empires 2, the remake obviously, the expansion pack for number 2, Age of Empires 3, anything by Microsoft, because it's their little package deal, and Rise of Nations, which is I think, no, Rise of Nations is an Age of Empires game, but made by the same people. But anyways, they're really cheap at the moment, so buy them off Steam. But I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some information out of it. If I do have any more that I find out, mainly about the beta, how to join it, I'll do another video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.